everyone, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ayulia Khaerunnisa. I'm from Math Education in University of Singaperbangsa, Karawang. In this video, I was given a task of changing the voice in the video speech about mathematics with my voice. The topic is Math isn't hard, it's a language. So, let's get started.
26%. On the nation report part that the percentage you below for 12 reader for the subtraction in math. In America, we had everything as an exceptional country, but the 26% sound exceptional to you? Raise your hand if you think as the country we need to do way better than that. I'm with you. We all need math for why are so many kids confused by us. It is because only 26% of people are hardwired from that. Love 70% or not? After working with thousands of kids, I can tell you this is the case at all. Kids don't understand math because we've been teaching it at the humanist subject. But if we make math human again, it will start make sense again. You're probably wondering how it's made in every human in the first place, so think about it. Math is a human language just like English, Spanish, and Chinese, because it allows people to communicate with each other. Even in ancient time, people need the language of math to conduct trade, to build a monument, and to measure the land for farming. This idea of math, the language, isn't exactly new. A great philosopher once said, "The laws of nature are written in the language of mathematics." So you see, even Galileo agreed, isn't it? But somewhere along the line, we're taking the language of math with about the real world around us, and we abstract that beyond this recognition. And that's why kids they get confused. Let me show you what it's mean. Well, see, this third grade Californian math standard, and people make sense when 8 years old. Understand the fraction 1 over b as the quantity formed by one part when a whole is partitioned into b equals part. Understand a fraction a over b as the quantity formed by a part of size 1 over b. And if you give this description to an 8-year, you probably get reaction like this. To a math expert, this standard makes sense, but to a kid, it's an absolute torture. I tell this example specifically because the fractions are the foundational to algebra, trigonometry, and even calculus. So kids don't understand fraction in the elementary middle school because it held half way to ahead them in the high school. But there's a way to make subtraction simple and easy for kids to understand. Yes, just remember that math is the language and use that the fear damage. For example, when I teach first grader how to add the subtraction, I start with the apple plus listen. First say yes, 1 apple plus 1 apple. And people often say 2 with the perfectly correct. Half them include the word as well as with the math of the language, but not just 2. It's 2 apples. Next is 3 pencil plus 2 pencil. You all know that pencil plus pencil is pencil. So everyone, how many pencil? 5 pencil is right. And the key is you include the word I tried to submit with my 5-year-old niece in month. After she said pencil and pencil, I asked her what 4 billion plus 1 billion. And my aunt overheard in the distance. She called and said, "Are you crazy? She's been kindergarten. How's she supposed to know 4 billion plus 1 billion? I'm down it. My niece Vanessa counting looks up and says, 5 billions? And I say, that's right, it is 5 billions. My aunt stood ahead on that, because she didn't expect that from the 5-year. But all you have to do is take a language approach, and math become intuitive and easy to understand. Then I asked her a question that kindergarten definitely not supposed to know. Plus 1/3 plus 1/3, and she immediately answered 2/3. Such as you were wondering, how can she possibly know that when she doesn't know about the numerator and denominator yet. You see, she was thinking about the numerator and denominator. She solved the problem this way, and she used 1 apple plus 1 apple as her analogy to understand 1/3 plus 1/3. So, even a kindergartner can add subtraction, you'd better believe that every third grader can do it as well. Just for fun, I asked her an algebra question. 7x squared plus 2x squared, and then the 5-year correctly answered 9x squared. And she did it any exponent rules to figure it out. So, when the people say that we are either right or not, it's not true. Math is a human language. So, we have all the ability to understand this. We need to take a language approach to math urgently because too many kids are lost and they are insane about math, and it doesn't have to be that way. I worked with an angry, frustrated high school student, one who couldn't pass the algebra because she only knew 44% of the multiplication test. I've told her that's such a kind of word, only knowing the 44% of the alphabet, holding me back. She couldn't pass her or public relations, and she had no confidence in that. As the result, this teenager had confidence in herself. I've told her we have to start with the multiplication because once I know all of you have with your part, everything gets easier and they will be having a fastback every happy ride in Disneyland. What do you think? And she said, okay. But she systematically learned the timetable in 4 weeks. And yes, even a multiplication has the language in the better than that. You'll be surprised how many kids don't realize 7 times 3 can be spelled out as 7 times 3, which just means 3 7 times, just like that. So when kids see this way, they quickly realize that the repetition is slow and inconvenience. So they grab the memories that 3 7 times, all the with the 21. The further teenager will authorize to dropping out, become fluent and confident in multiplication with the game changer. Because for the first time, we can focus on the problem solving instead of counting on the finger. I knew she's at the corner when she's figured out that 2 years curly $445 a month would cost you $10,680, and she's looking at me disapprovingly and saying it's a polysock. That's expensive. At that moment, not having wonder causing a problem for her, but she looks giving a math solved problem as the reason to adult. As an educator, it's my duty to challenge kids to be tirely you with this challenge. Our country is stuck at 26 subtraction, and I challenge you to pass the number higher. This is important because mathematical thinking not build young mind, but our kids need to imagine and develop their future. I think this challenge can be as simple as apple plus apple. Insights that we teach math the human language, and we will get there sooner rather than later. Thank you.
So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.